I'm in Pekan.
I'm in Pekan.
You know that there is a recent case being reported in Pekan campus.
Yes.
So please stay safe. Take a very good care of yourself, okay? At this moment, uh, I believe that all of you are being isolated or in quarantine, is it? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. So even Kuantan is experiencing PKPD now, and I am also in my self-quarantine mode since that I came back from Perak last week. So first and foremost, thank you very much for all of your prayers and doa last week. Alhamdulillah, my aunt funeral went well. Okay, so I really appreciate your prayers and doa. Thank you very much again. Still in the grieving mode, but yeah, life must goes on. So we are here. Welcome back to UHL1432 English for Occupational Communication. So we are now in week 12. Okay, and as what we have discussed in our WhatsApp group, we are supposed to have our mock job interview assessment last week, but due to the unforeseen circumstance, whereby I have to go back to my hometown, and then I have to postpone it. So, according to the responses that I have received in the WhatsApp group, we have 22 of us. At this moment, 18 agreed to have the assessment, okay, the mock job interview assessment to be conducted either at night during this week, okay, or during this weekend, okay. But I'll check about it. Most probably, if it is going to be conducted at night, we're going to start like 8:30 p.m. and we are going to end the most is like by 10:30 p.m. Okay, so maybe like 2 or 3 groups per night. Okay, it depends. And then this Saturday I won't be available because I have to send my car due to a recall process. My car has been recalled by the manufacturer due to a faulty equipment. So maybe okay, if I'm going to have the another slot is going to be conducted on Sunday. But okay, I really need to ask your feedback regarding conducting the assessment at night. Some of you stated that you couldn't have it at night. Maybe like you stated that in the WhatsApp group, you prefer for the assessment to be conducted during weekend. Nini Asmini, Noliana Akila, Adlisha Hakimi. Can I know why?
Yes, sir, because sometimes at night I have meeting with my supervisor for FYP.
Oh, you have a meeting with the supervisor.
Yes.
Okay. Liana Akila, Liana Akila, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Why do you prefer to have the assessment to be conducted during weekend?
Um, I prefer weekend because maybe at night I have some my PTA, doing my PTA.
You have a meeting with your PA.
Yes.
Okay, all right. How about Adlisha Hakimi? Where is he? Is he in? Yeah, Adlisha Hakimi. How about you?
I can both.
I beg your pardon again.
I can both. With
Oh, you can.
night or
Oh,
weekend. Okay.
okay, right. Okay, but I'll try to arrange it. Okay, looking at your preference, maybe those who choose to have it in weekend, your group are going to do it on Sunday. Okay, but not early in the morning. I know Sunday is like not for me, but for you. Okay, maybe we're going to start at 10 a.m. Okay, on Sunday, maybe. Okay, so I'll inform you about it as soon as possible. Okay, regarding it, and then. Maybe okay, if you are free we can also do it on Friday as well, okay, at Friday after Friday prayer, so it depends, right? So I will inform about it as soon as possible. Okay, I'm trying to gather all the information back and then I'll try to arrange for the slot so that whether you agree or not. Okay, right. So let me share the screen with all of you. Today we are going to discuss about what we are supposed to do, what we are left behind. Okay, And then regarding your final assessment as well, you need to get prepared, okay? And then I am now sharing my screen with all of you. So week 10, we are supposed to have our assessment 3, but I carried forward to week 11. So in week 11, we are supposed to get into a new topic, which is on group discussion. But unfortunately, due to the recent passing, so I couldn't have the class on week 11. So, okay, group discussion part. If you notice in Google, in Kalam, okay, it is not being updated there. So I will share the link, or I will share the materials with all of you in our Google Classroom afterwards. Okay, right. So that is about group discussion, and this is going to be your final assessment, group discussion. This week, we'll see. Maybe it's going to be within this week or maybe next week. You're going to have your assessment 4, which is the language quiz, and it carries 10% of your overall marks. So the language quiz is more on the tenses, grammatical aspect, and it is about job application process. Okay, it is about job application process, but the question is on more on the languages part. Okay, like verb phrase, nouns, and the rest. Okay, so I will inform you. I will give you the tips. What are the information that you should be looking for when you are going to prepare for your fourth assessment, which is language quiz. Maybe it's going to be conducted next week, and I believe that it is going to be next week, not this week. Okay, though that it is stated here that we are going to have the language quiz in our second meeting. Okay, so I'm going to share some of the notes, okay, regarding group discussion, okay, over here in our session today. And also I'm going to post most of it in our Google Classroom. I need your cooperation in the sense that you need to read some of it, and then we can have like a small discussion in our WhatsApp group. Okay, right. And then for the last week, which is week 14, so this is week 12, right? Week 14, we are going to have our final assessment. Okay, we are going to have our final assessment, which is the group discussion. Okay, and then we are going to have a look at the question paper, what you're supposed to prepare for the final assessment, and how are we going to conduct it. Okay, before we go into detail about the assessment, okay, let me have a look at the Google Classroom. So for the video resume assessment, all 22 of you have submitted it. Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. But I haven't checked one by one whether I can access or view the video or not. I believe or I hope that it is not put in a private mode if you upload it in what do you call it, in YouTube. And then if you upload it straight away from your computer or your laptop, hopefully it can be viewable. Okay. All right. Move on to the next part, which is on job interview skills. These are the documents that you need to prepare when you're going to attend a mock job interview. Okay. Out of 22, only 17 have submitted their work. Okay. Only 5 of you have not submitted anything yet. Okay. So these are the names. Please submit all of the required documents before we are going to sit for our mock job interview assessment. Amsha, Edrin Shafrin, Islah Suhaimi, Shahril Aiman, and Liana Afira. So this name, please take note that you have to hand in your cover letter and resume, okay, your previous semester examination result slip, your academic related certificate, and your core curriculum certificate. Okay, so 17 of you have submitted the work, while the remaining 5 have not submitted it yet. So hopefully by the end of the day today, you can hand in or submit your cover letter and resume, previous semester examination result slip, academic related certificate, and core curriculum certificate. Okay, for these 5 students, Adlisha 5 of them. Amsha bin Muhammad Fairul, Edrin Shafrin, Islah Suhaimi, Liana Afira, and Shahril Aiman. Okay, please take note on this thing. Right. And then week 14, okay, we are going to have from week 11 until week 14, we are going to have our group discussion. So what is it about group discussion? Okay, let me share with you this thing first. Right.
Salam and good day, everyone.
I'm going to have show some brief information regarding the group discussion. So you need to know what is a group discussion. Okay, what are the elements in a group discussion? Wait, to put it like this. Okay, and then success. How does it work? Okay, and then the importance of group discussion and the pros and cons. Okay, like this. Okay. Can you see the screen, class?
Can, sir.
Okay, right. Okay, and then this is the definition. Okay, so what is a group discussion? So a group discussion refers to a situation of communication that enables participants to share their views and opinions with other participants. Okay, though that it seems that it is easy, but actually when it comes to group discussion, it is a bit difficult, because let's say there are 4 of you in a group. Okay, all 4 of you will have your own point of view. Okay, your own understanding about the topic. So therefore, okay, there will be some conflicts. Okay, there will be some issues that will be arise. Okay, regarding the topic itself. So how are you going to overcome that kind of problem? How are you going to take turns when you are presenting? How are you going to make sure that it went harmonious? I mean, the group discussion. So you are not going to quarrel. Instead, you discuss about the topic. Okay. All right. So a group discussion is a systematic exchange of information. So you change your opinion. Right. So let's say there are 4 speakers. Okay, in a group. Speaker 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are going to exchange their point of view. Okay. And then views and opinions among the members of a group that share common goals about the topic, issue, or situation. So let's say you have a current issue regarding vaccination, for example. Okay, you're going to discuss about the vaccine, all right, the pros and cons, for example, right, the COVID-19 vaccine. So you're going to exchange your opinions, all right, maybe from your own readings, maybe from your own experiences. Your parents have taken the vaccination. What are their responses regarding it and such? So you're going to exchange the information, discuss about it, and at the end of it, you're going to come to a consensus. Okay, you're going to come to a consensus or agreement. Okay, whether to agree or disagree to certain topic or certain situation. Okay, all right. It is also a critical conversation about a particular topic. Okay, or perhaps a range of topic. Right. So let's say, why do we call it as a critical conversation? It's because you're going to discuss about that particular topic in detail. Okay, right. You cannot just, for example, okay, I'm going to start the discussion. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning, everyone. So we are here today to discuss about vaccination for COVID-19. So what is your opinion? Okay, candidate A, for example, or speaker A, right? I agree, and then you move to a second speaker. It is not going to be like that. Okay, when you say you agree or when you say you disagree to vaccination, for example, okay, you have to explain why, elaborate. Okay, that is very important. And then please make sure that it is conducted in a group, and that is the reason why it is called a group discussion. And all members, okay, all group members must have an equal participation. Okay, so you cannot dominate the discussion, you cannot manipulate the discussion. Instead, it is a group discussion. So therefore, you need to have all of your friends or your group members' point of view. Okay, allow them to give their opinion. Do not cut them. Do not stop them from giving their opinion. Okay, so it can also be used to solve problems or give comments on something. Right? For instance, okay, you are talking about maybe issues arising at UMP. So how to solve the problem? So you discuss among you, and then you try to come to a solution. You give your own solution, all right? Okay, and then it may or may not have a leader to facilitate the discussion. So everyone can be a leader, right? Or one of you can be the leader to facilitate the discussion. Right? But normally when it comes to group discussion, you're going to ask one of your friends or maybe someone who is better at the language to talk about it. Okay? Yeah, Adrisha, you raise your hand.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You you raise your hand accidentally. Okay. Right. That is about group discussion. Okay, what are the elements of a group discussion? Okay, these are the important things that you need to have in a group discussion. Number one, you need to have the aim and the topic. So what is the topic? All right, for your final assessment, the scenario is given to you. So you and your team members, you need to discuss about the topic and the scenario, and then you need to have an aim. Okay, at the end of the discussion, what you should achieve. Agreement, consensus, disagreement, so that kind of thing. Okay, and then you need to have participants, of course, because it is a group discussion. It is not a pair work, it is a group. So a group meaning that it is going to be 3 or more people. So in this context, okay, since that there are 22 of you, I'm going to divide you into 6 groups altogether for your final assessment. 4 groups consisting of 4 people or 4 members in a group. 4, 8, 12, and 16. So we have the remaining 6, and the 6 people, the 6 remaining people will be divided into 3 groups or 2 more groups, okay? 3 in each group. So altogether, there will be 6 groups, 4 consisting of 4 in each group, 16, plus another 6 from group number 5 and group number 6. Okay? All right. And then tone of voice. Remember, this is a discussion. You're not going to quarrel. You're not going to argue, but you can give your argument in the sense that a positive kind of argument. Okay. So what is it about aim and topic? So the aim of group of discussion is to encourage members of a group to express their ideas on a given subject. So this is the most important thing, meaning that you have to make sure that everyone must be able to say something about the topic. Okay, he or she can contribute in the group discussion. Okay, and then it rouses the interest and stimulates the thinking power. Okay, of course you're going to be given time to think about the scenario and the topic. So from there you can prepare. So therefore, okay, it's going to be easier for you because you have an ample time to prepare your responses. Of course, you can discuss, but normally when it comes to group discussion, at the first stage, you have to present according to what you understand regarding the topic. Then you're going to exchange your ideas, your point of view between each other. Maybe at the first stage, okay, you think that your point is the best. But somehow when you are listening to the others giving their point of view, so you may say that, okay, your friend's point of view is also better. Okay, so you're going to get agree with them. Or while listening, okay, or after you have listened to your friend's suggestion, okay, maybe you think that it is not suitable. So you're going to disagree with that point of view. So how are you going to see that? Okay. And then clarity of topic sets the focal point of the discussion. So help the participants to prepare. So when you are given the scenario or the topic, please read carefully, all right? And then please try to understand the requirement of the topic. What does it need? At the end of it, what you should achieve, okay? So that is about aim and topic. Participants, okay? All members of the group have a chance to speak. Everyone, 4 of you or 3 of you, okay? And then do not dominate. Remember, okay, though that you are good at the language, but okay, if you find that your friend is having a problem to give his or her opinion, maybe you can help them. Okay, so please do not dominate. Instead, help each other. All right, and then group members can give feedback on a certain idea or opinion. So maybe you agree or disagree to the opinion, and you need to give your reason why. You cannot simply like slamming your hand on the table and then I disagree with you. No, it is not like that. Okay, but instead, okay, you have to say it positively, right? So listen to your friend's point of view. After they have ended or finished giving their opinion, then you can give your own point of view back, okay, or feedback, right? I think that your point of view is good, but okay, but so you have that kind of approaches, okay, and then please make sure that everyone be encouraged to be an active part of the discussion. So meaning that, okay, if you find out that, okay, one of your group members, okay, didn't say anything or like he or she is being passive, so you can just try to get them together with you and discuss more about it. Okay. Okay, and then tone of voice. Put forward your views in healthy and impressive tone. Okay, remember, this is a group discussion. Okay, do not fight between each other. You can argue, but make sure that the argument is in a positive tone. Okay, and then do not get aggressive. This is just a discussion. Okay, I'm sure that you have done this before with your friends, but it is more on the informal kind of approach. This time around, for this course, it's going to be formal, whereby you will be evaluated. So do not get aggressive. If people disagree with your point of view, right, stay calm, okay, and then try to find other solutions on how you can convince them. Okay, and then lastly, remain calm and cool. All right, so the best thing for you to do is to smile before you start speaking. You smile to each other, okay, and then when you're going to say something, smile, and when people disagree with you, you also smile to them, okay, and then you give back your opinion. Remember, the most important thing is to smile, and at the same time you elaborate on the points that you have given. Okay, how to conduct a group discussion. So commonly used group discussion process involve three main parts: beginning, during, and closing. Okay. So for the beginning of the discussion, allow everyone to introduce themselves. So this is going to be the beginning of it, right? So maybe I can start, for example, hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Shafrul Zaman, my ID number is blah, 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 blah. Okay, and today we are going to discuss about this particular topic. So I'm going to hand over to the person sitting next to me, okay, to discuss or to introduce him or herself, for example. Then you explain about the topic, and then you can start, initiate the discussion. So explain the topic, make sure you understand about it, okay, about the topic, and then make sure that everyone in the group, okay, really understand about the topic, and then you initiate the discussion, meaning that you start the discussion. Okay, so for example, all right. So, what is your opinion regarding this topic, Rahim, for example? Okay. What is your point of view regarding this topic, Rahim? And you cannot simply just ask question. Instead, you give your feedback. After they have finished giving their point of view, you give the feedback. Okay. So that is how you can start the group discussion. So during the discussion, listen actively, jot down the notes. Okay, you can jot down the notes, because maybe while listening, okay, you have some important things that you find interesting, and then you may use that kind of point, okay, to further elaborate or to further ask the question. So please listen actively. Okay, facilitate open conversation, introducing new ideas starting where left. Okay, so meaning that, all right, if your point of view, or if your opinion is going to be different from the one presented before, so you're going to explain a bit about you, and somehow you're going to show that, okay, my point of view is a bit different from candidate A, or from speaker A, for example, or from Rahim, from Shafiq, for instance. Okay, because my point of view, my opinion, this is the thing. Okay, and then ask participant questions, and please avoid, okay, though that you are allowed to ask questions, it doesn't mean that your discussion is going to be only about questions. Okay, so in the group discussion, it should be a lengthy and positive kind of discussion. Lengthy in the sense that you elaborate. When you ask question, okay, and then when you are going to answer it, make sure that it is just not a yes or no answer. Instead, you have that kind of answer yes or no together with elaboration. Okay, and then deal with a participant who talks too much. So this is normal. Sometimes, okay, people tend to speak too much. All right, so how to cut them off? Maybe you can say that, okay, thank you very much for your point of view. I think maybe there are certain things that you can keep in the second part of the discussion, for instance, and then let's listen to the others. All right, you cannot simply like stop them. Oh, okay, stop, I won't listen, we won't listen to you, let's listen to them. No, you cannot say something like that. Okay, so that is not how group discussion is supposed to be. Okay, when you're going to close the discussion, okay, you review the discussion briefly. So you can say that, all right, so we have discussed about this topic in general, okay, and then make sure that everyone understand the main points made. So maybe you can recap, you can recall, Speaker A, you have given this point of view. Speaker B, you have given this opinion. C and D, for instance, okay. And lastly, you come to a decision. So we can conclude, not I, this is a group discussion, remember, not I, it is we or us, okay. We have come to a conclusion that we agree to this statement that smoking is more harmful than something like that, okay. All right, so that is about closing the discussion. Okay, all right, so why group discussion is important? So it helps to solve problem, okay. Sometimes you are stuck, you cannot solve the problem on your own, but how to solve it? Okay, you have your friends to go to, okay. When you have your friends, yeah, Faruzizam, why are you laughing? Okay, when you have your friends, okay, to go to, then you have better understanding, you have better opinions, better view, okay. So you can solve the problem. And then group discussion helps to promote critical thinking. What's going on? Okay, it helps to promote critical thinking, okay. So when you have a thing to discuss and you discuss about it in a group, you will have better understanding, you can think about the solution critically, okay. And then it is going to be a personality assessment, okay. You can see people colors through colors, right? How do they discuss, or how do they present their ideas and such, okay. And then lastly, you can also come to a decision, okay, decision making. All right. Okay, so we are not going to do this activity, and then I'll skip this part. Okay, if you can allow me to have a look at this. Okay, can you give me 1 minute? 1 minute, class.
Okay, sir.
Right, 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to share this with all of you later on. Okay, for the time being, you can just have a look at it. Okay, and go with the notes together with me. Okay, how to develop ideas or content in a group discussion. Okay, you can brainstorm, right? So you can write non-stop or sometime without paying attention to grammar, spelling, and vocabulary. But for your final assessment, you are not going to do it. What do you call it? Without preparation. So you are given time to prepare. So you don't have to worry about this. But you can always brainstorm about the topic or the scenario or the situation given to you. Okay. Then you can have the mind mapping concept. Okay, so from the central idea you can draw, okay, what are the things possible for the solution and such, okay. And then from there you can further develop your point of view. Okay, I believe you are familiar with mind mapping, am I correct, class? Are you familiar with mind map?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Then the 5WS technique, okay, who, what, where, when, and why. Okay, when you are given the situation or the scenario, perhaps what you can do is that you can refer to this 5W question. Okay, right? If the scenario, okay, for example, question who is involved with the topic? What is it about? Okay, let's say if you're given a scenario at the workplace, right? And then this problem happened to this particular person or individual, who is that person? Okay, and then question W, what? Okay, what is going on? All right, and then where? Okay, where does it happen, the problem? Okay, and when does it happen? All right, and then why it happened? Okay, so you have this 5W question, okay, to help you to further plan, okay, on what you can what do you call it, uh, understand regarding the situation or the scenario. Okay, and then tips and strategies, understand the task and the underlying words, keywords. Okay, so present your view, use linkers and appropriate language expression. Linkers here meaning that firstly, secondly, in addition to that, next. So you are linking your words, okay, or your points of view. All right. So my first point of view is this. Then my second point of view is this. Next, so when you have that kind of information, you use that kind of words, people know that you are using linkers to connect between one idea to another. Okay, and then please listen to others. Remember, this is a group discussion. It is not an individual discussion. So this is a group discussion. All right. Eliminate options by arguing reasons. Okay, so this is the reason why we need to elaborate. Rather than answering as yes or no, you have to elaborate. If you agree, why? If you disagree, why? So that people will know what is your point of view and therefore they can understand about it. Okay, and lastly, come to a group decision at the end of the discussion. So this is a must. Okay, you have to do it. Okay, come to a group discussion. Right. So discussion is an exchange of knowledge, an argument, an exchange of ignorance. Okay, so it is normal to deal with conflict. People won't listen to you, but this is how you are supposed to learn. Because remember, when you are going to start working later on, once you have completed your study, okay, you are going to get involved with many group discussion. In a meeting, a group discussion will appear. All right. When people ask about your idea, your point of view, they are looking for your contribution. So when you give your contribution, sometimes people will disagree with you. And how are you going to deal with that information? Okay. And maybe sometimes at certain point, you disagree with people's points of view. So how are you going to express your disagreement? You cannot simply yell at them. Okay. You cannot simply curse them. No, that's not the right way to do. Okay. So you have to handle things professionally. Okay, next will be on the group discussion strategies. All right, so before we start, okay, you'll be asked a question. Okay, I'll skip this thing. Verbal oriented performance where participants have to talk their way out. Okay, of course, most of the time you have to say it. Okay, and then it is also called leaderless discussion as it aims to find out the natural leadership level of candidates. Okay, maybe you are going to appoint one of you to be the group leader, but somehow it is advisable not to really show it, meaning that, okay, make it like natural, meaning that people cannot really see that he or she is the group leader. Instead, make it happen like naturally. Okay, so group discussion is also a tool to assess your participation. Okay, and how you share ideas and how do you compare yourself with the others. And then it is also used to check on your potential. Okay, so the differences between group discussion and public speaking. So group discussion is many to many situation. So me, second speaker, third speaker, and the fourth speaker, for example. Public speaker, it's only you and the rest. Okay, and then this is not a solo performance, a group discussion. Instead, this is a group performance. Okay, so everyone will perform, right? Apart from individual views of the entire group matter. Okay, all right. So here comes the art of convincing. Do you know what is convincing? Or do you know what is the meaning of persuade, class? What is the meaning of persuade? Come on, class. What is the meaning of persuade?
Menyindir.
No. In Malay, what is persuade? Anyone? Without referring to your phone, your internet and such, what is the meaning of persuade? Okay, all right, I give you a situation, all right? You go to the shopping mall, okay, and somebody at the, of course, we cannot go to the shopping mall at this moment, all right, but if you go to the shopping mall and then you see people selling things at the concourse area, okay, let's say a blender, for example, all right, and then you were listening to the explanation regarding the blender, and at the end of it, okay, somehow you want to buy the blender, So that is called the art of persuasion. So meaning that the seller managed to persuade you to buy the product. So the same goes in the group discussion, because when you give your opinion, you give your ideas, you elaborate on the ideas, and somehow you are able to change your friends' points of view. So it is called the art of persuasion. You are able to convince them, to persuade them to agree with you, for example. Okay, right? So that is the art of persuasion. Okay, and then all the members of the group should participate, not only you, okay, but the others as well. Right. Okay, so importance of a group discussion, you can read this on your own. Here are some activities, okay. There are three types of a group discussion: topic based, case studies, and group task. Okay, so for topic based, it is based on specific topics. Okay, it could be factual, controversial, or abstract topics. Okay, for example, smoking is harmful, right? But I believe that is not the question anymore, because of course smoking is harmful. Okay, case studies, it tries to stimulate a real life situation with an objective to get participants to think about the situation from various angles. Okay, for example, you have a problem at the workplace, so you're given these case studies and how to solve the problem. Okay, so group tasks, these are an extension of case studies where specific objectives are to be achieved as a group. Okay, so in this context, case studies and group tasks will be the same, about the same. Okay, right. This is on the evaluation. Okay, it is not important. You can read this on your own. All right, content. Okay, you will be evaluated based on the content. Of course, whatever that you are presenting should be related to the topic. Okay, maybe sometimes, okay, you're going to stray away for a while, but the point that you are giving there somehow really connect to the topic actually. So it shouldn't be a problem. All right, and then communication skills. When you are listening to others, what you're supposed to do: verbal, non-verbal communication. Verbal meaning that you speak, non-verbal meaning that you just listen. How do you sit? Okay, and then group dynamics, right? Meaning that you can appreciate your friend's point of view. You can agree or disagree to your friend's point of view. Leadership, okay. Maybe somehow we can see that one or two of you in the group might have this kind of traits, meaning that he or she can lead the discussion and control the discussion. So that are some of the criteria for the evaluation. Okay. Preparing for group discussion, you can read this on your own. Practice is very important as well. So hopefully next week we can do some practices regarding group discussion. Okay. Do's and don'ts. All right. Please respect the contribution of other speakers. Okay, this is very important. All right. Reach it back. Speak pleasantly. Okay, even though that your friends disagree with your opinion, always speak pleasantly. Listen well to others' ideas. Okay, do not yawn. You know what is yawn? Menguap. All right. If you really have to, then you close your mouth and then you yawn. Okay, but do not, like, while your friends is presenting you. So it shows that you are not interested to the topic. So don't do that. Okay. Learn to disagree politely. So if you disagree with that point of view, so you need to say it properly or politely. Okay, I beg to differ. I believe that your point is okay, but in this particular context, this point is better compared to yours because why? Okay, and then respect that others have different views. So there is a proverb in Malay, rambut sama hitam, hati lain-lain. Okay, all right. So even though you look the same, you have the same hair color, black, all right. Everyone in the group may be wearing the same spectacle, okay, or maybe wearing a spectacle, but your point of view or your opinion regarding the topic might be different. Okay, and then think about your contribution before you speak. Okay, if I'm going to speak, what is it about? I'm going to give my opinion. Right, try to stick to the discussion topic. Make sure that you are discussing only about the topic given to you. Body language should be open and friendly. Okay, you cannot like lean back and then cross your hand like this. It shows that you disagree to people. Okay, instead, when your friends are giving their point of view or opinion, you can lean a bit forward and then you listen carefully to them. Okay, agree and acknowledge anything interesting. So I do agree with your point of view. Yes, with your example, for instance. Okay, and then you acknowledge them. Stay with the topic again, all right, and then lastly, speak clearly and do not whisper. Okay, because it is a group discussion, and you are not allowed to whisper to each other. Okay, all right. So the don'ts: do not take offense if a person disagree with you. If it is disagreement, then it is okay. No worries. Do not bring it outside the discussion itself. No. Okay. Don't ridicule the contribution of others, meaning that you do not belittle. Okay. If you think that your friend's contribution is like nothing, don't do that. Okay, because their point of view might matter to the others. Do not try to intimidate another speaker. So in this context, mengejek, right? Don't do that. Do not use a loud or angry tone. Even though you disagree, do not say like, yes, I do not agree with your point of view. You cannot say like that. Okay, you can just say, thank you very much for your opinion, but I beg to differ. I disagree with your point of view. Something like that. Okay, and then do not use aggressive gestures. Okay, do not use aggressive gestures like finger pointing. Okay, table thumping. All right, you slam on the table. Don't do that. Okay, do not finger pointing. Instead, you can for their opinion politely. Maybe you can use it like this, or you can use it like this instead of pointing fingers. All right, do not try to dominate the discussion. Okay, don't do that. Okay, do not dominate the discussion. Avoid drawing too much on personal experience. Okay, you can give your own personal experience, maybe one is enough, and then do not interrupt or talk over another speaker. All right, so while your friend is presenting, listen to them carefully and do not speak to the other speaker. All right, so that is what you are supposed to do. Okay, so done about that. This one is on the language expressions. I leave it to you so you can read this on your own. So what kind of language that you are supposed to use when it comes to the group discussion. So over here, okay, will be the question paper for your final assessment. Let's have a look at it. Okay, this is for UHL1432, English for Occupational Communication, Semester 2, Session 2020-2021. Okay, before we have a look at the question paper, any question from all of you regarding the notes? Class, do you understand what I have shared with all of you?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yes, is it?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes.
how long the duration
For the test, for the group discussion.
group discussion?
Okay, we will discuss about it when we have a look at the question paper. Let's talk about the notes first. Any question regarding the notes? How do you develop? How do you maintain the group discussion? How do you come to the end of the discussion? And then how you should behave during the discussion? Any question regarding it?
Yes, sir.
Notes, okay. All right, never mind. All right, maybe when you have a look at the notes again on your own, you will have something to ask, then feel free to ask me. Okay, so now we are going to have a look at the question paper. And Yazid, please pay close attention. Maybe you are going to get your answers over here. All right, so this is going to be conducted in week 14. Okay, let's skip the course learning outcome part here. So instructions: participate in a group discussion consisting of 3 or 4 members. Okay, and then I have put you into 6 groups, 4 groups consisting of 4 in a group, and then 2 more groups consisting of 3 of you in a group. Okay, so there are 22 of you, so 6 groups altogether. Okay, and then you need to prepare a 1-page online pamphlet based on the discussion. Okay, prepare a 1-page online pamphlet based on the discussion. So over here, you can use Canva, you can use any other platform. Okay, make sure that it is online, 1 page, and it is based on the discussion. Okay, all right. So here is the scenario given. Okay, all right. You and several other personnel are part of the employee support group for your department. Okay, So employee support group is a group, all right, specially created for your department in order to help, okay, each other. One of the initiatives of the group is to advertise workplace issues and solutions to give more awareness to staff on how to manage problems arising at work and combating stress. So this is the reason why you need to come with an online pamphlet. Okay, you are going to advertise this issue. Okay, and then you are going to give the solution to the issue. Right. Recently, one of your co-workers came forward with a work-related problem. Okay, so based from that work-related problem, you are going to create a pamphlet so that you can post it on the wall, for example, and the others can go and see and read it as well. Okay, so the other instruction over here for the group discussion: form a group of 3 to 4 members. Okay, right. We have talked about this. The scenarios will be given before the assessment. All right, you're going to have a look at the scenario after this. Each group is given 15 minutes to discuss the issue. Okay, regardless whether you have 4 or 3 in a group, you are given 15 minutes. Okay, you need to follow the outline given here. You need to introduce the topic. What is the issue? You need to identify it, and then what is the objective of the discussion. Okay, and then you need to provide each group. Okay, you need to provide 3 possible solutions to the problem. Okay, so this is the reason why you're going to have a group discussion. So the solutions will be many. Okay, maybe there are 4 of you. Each of you will be giving 2 solutions. So altogether there will be 8 solutions altogether. But at the end of it, out of 8 solutions, you need to choose the best 3. Okay, and then you need to provide the decision or decisions. So maybe you can choose out of 3, you choose 1, or you choose the 3. Okay, and lastly, you conclude the discussion. Okay, this is for the group discussion. Okay, for the pamphlet, okay, each group is required to prepare a 1-page workplace awareness online pamphlet of the issue discussed to be submitted before the group discussion. So the group discussion will be conducted in week 14. So this one must be submitted next week. Okay, at the end of next week, which is on Sunday. Okay, I put it on Sunday. So next week is on the 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, 6th, on the 6th of June. So it should be submitted on the 6th of June. So the pamphlet must consist of the issue, okay, what are the factors or what is the factor, okay, what are the solutions, and the conclusion. So you can have the image, you can have the wordings, okay. So we can have a look at some example of pamphlet later on so that you can have a clearer understanding. Okay, right, so given here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, scenario. Okay, all 9 scenario together. All right, and none of the group will be doing the same scenario or situation. So I will pick the scenario to you randomly, but I need you to get, okay, after this in the WhatsApp group, okay, I will put a template whereby you just need to edit the template by putting in the name and the ID number according to the group. So group number 1, who are your group members? Group number 2, 3, and 4. Okay, group number 5 and 6, only 3 of you in the group, for example. Okay, and then I will appoint to each one group of you what will be the group scenario. Okay, maybe I'm going to appoint it to you, or maybe you can discuss among you and you choose which one are you going to do first. Okay, right, what is the issue? The issue over here, when employee makes mistakes or procrastination. Procrastinate meaning that they put a delay to the job. Okay, procrastinate is bertangguh. All right, so the situation given here, Mayan is a purchasing officer at a technology company. She was assigned to submit an order for a new computer software for staff use. The order submission is due today, and she had just remembered to complete the task. Okay, maybe it was given earlier, and the due date is today, and she forgot to do it. So this caused her to panic and hurriedly prepare the necessary purchasing forms and submit them to the supplier. She totally forgot that she should have contacted the data processing manager first to get his approval before sending out the order. What should Mei Yan do? Okay, so if you're using the 5W question over here, it is about who? Mei Yan. Okay, right? So where does it happen? Technology company. Okay, when? Today. Okay, that is the issue. All right, and then why and what? You can refer to the situation. So the same goes in the second scenario, the third scenario, the fourth until the ninth scenario. Okay, so you are going to discuss in a group, and then you're going to give a solution to what they are supposed to do. Okay, what is the problem? Identify the problem, and then you are going to discuss about it. Okay, this is how you're going to be awarded with the marks. Okay, so we are going to conduct it live in our class in week 14. Okay, week 14, I'm going to arrange the group, and then which group are going to go first and the rest. Okay, so the others, maybe you can join, but you cannot speak, all right? And the only group presenting at that moment, they are going to do the speaking part. Okay, right, this is how you're going to be awarded the marks. And this is the rubric. Okay, if you're given 5 marks, why? Because your language is accurate with strong, specific, and powerful words. Vocabulary is striking and varied, but not overdone. Okay, that is about the language. Okay, class. All right, so let's go to the question part over here. So, any question? Class, question, please.
No, sir.
Okay, right. I'm going to go around the screen. Yazid, any question from you?
Clear, sir. Understand.
Okay. Adlisha Hakimi, any question?
No, I don't have any questions.
All right. Liana Akila?
No, sir.
Okay. Nini Asmani?
For now, no, sir.
Okay. Fazrul Nizam, you have answered the question. Haris Hazmi, any question?
No, sir.
Amsha, any question?
No, sir.
Nurinda binti Roslan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hamizan Asfa? Huh? Yeah, Nurinda, any question?
Yes.
Yes.
That's mean we got the random issue.
Uh-huh. Okay, right. So after this, okay, I'm going to post in our WhatsApp group the template, okay, whereby you just need to edit the name. Okay, you put in your name, full name, and your ID number according to the group. You decide among you who will be your group members. Okay, and then after that, I will share the question paper, and then from there, you can decide. Maybe you can decide, or I will appoint which scenario that you are going to do. Okay, but I believe I want to practice the sense of freedom. So I'm going to give you, maybe I'm going to give you the freedom to choose which scenario that you're going to do. But none of the group, there are 6 of you, 6 groups altogether, none of the group will be doing the same scenario. Okay, Norinda?
Okay, sir.
All right. Amizan Asfa, any question? Amizan? Are you still there, Amizan?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, all right. Muhammad Hanif, any question? All right. Muhammad Akram Daniel, question? Akram Daniel? Shahid Amirul, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, Islah Suhaimi, question?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Adrian Shafrin, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, Ahmad Mawardi, question please?
No, sir.
Okay. Rizwan, any question? Rizwan?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, all right, great. All right, so I'm going to stop the recording now. Okay. I'm